Welcome back to Luxury Auto 1, the channel that brings you the biggest celebrity stories, the most shocking confrontations, and the unforgettable live television moments that the world can't stop talking about. Today's story is one of the most fiery clashes to ever unfold on late-night TV. It's the shocking moment Prince Harry went head-to-head with Stephen Colbert, and the heated exchange ended with Harry being kicked off the set. From laughter to chaos, from lighthearted banter to explosive argument, this is the full story of how Prince Harry was kicked off Colbert's show after fiery comments that stunned the audience and ignited a global debate. Transition sound effect. Scene 1. The grand entrance. The studio was alive with applause as Prince Harry walked onto Colbert's stage. Dressed in a sharp navy suit, he smiled and waved, his usual royal charm on display. Colbert welcomed him warmly. Stephen Colbert. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Duke of Sussex himself, Prince Harry. The crowd erupted in cheers. Harry shook Stephen's hand and took his seat. At first, the mood was upbeat. They joked about Harry's adjustment to American life, his love for California sunshine, and the differences between British and American culture. Colbert. So Harry, do you find it weird that here in America, people call fries, fries, and not chips? Harry chuckled. Yeah, it's a bit odd. But I suppose after everything I've been through, chips versus fries isn't the hardest adjustment. The audience laughed. It all seemed harmless, entertaining, and fun, just like any other late-night segment. But underneath the smiles, there was tension waiting to explode. Scene 2. The first sharp question. Colbert, known for mixing humor with tough questions, leaned in. Colbert. Now Harry, you've spoken about wanting privacy for yourself and your family. Yet you've done interviews, written a memoir, and signed on for a Netflix docuseries. Some people think that's a contradiction. Do you see the irony in that? The audience chuckled. Harry's smile faded. Harry, Stephen, with all due respect, it's not a contradiction. Asking for privacy from intrusion is not the same as staying silent. When the media twists your story, sometimes the only way to fight back is to speak your truth. The studio grew quiet. Colbert tried to lighten it with a joke. Colbert. Well, if that's true, then your truth is on more streaming services than Friends. The audience laughed, but Harry didn't. Harry. See, that's the problem. Everyone turns this into a joke. But it's not a joke when you've been hounded your whole life, when your mother died because of the press, and when your family does nothing to protect you. It's not entertainment, it's trauma. The laughter stopped. An uncomfortable silence filled the room. Scene 3. The clash builds. Colbert, unshaken, responded. Colbert. Harry, I get that. But this is a comedy show. We laugh, we joke, we talk about serious things too. But you've chosen to put yourself in the spotlight. People are going to question that. Harry's tone sharpened. Harry. I didn't choose to be born into the spotlight, Stephen. And I didn't choose for the media to stalk me and my wife relentlessly. I'm here because I want to tell my side of the story. And frankly, I don't care if that makes some people uncomfortable. Colbert raised his eyebrows. Colbert. But don't you think discomfort comes with the territory? You're a prince. You have enormous privilege. Doesn't that mean you also have to take the criticism that comes with it? Harry leaned forward, his voice rising. Harry. Privilege doesn't protect you from pain. Privilege didn't protect my mother. And it doesn't protect my wife. People love to talk about privilege, but they ignore the cost of it. The audience murmured. The clash was no longer subtle, it was fiery, raw, and intense. Scene 4. The breaking point. Colbert decided to press harder, his comedic tone now edged with seriousness. Colbert. Harry, people say you've turned on your family. You've criticized your father, your brother, the monarchy itself. Some say you're cashing in on family secrets. Is that fair? The room went silent. Harry's face darkened. Harry. My family turned on me long before I ever spoke out. When my wife was vilified, when lies were spread about us, when the press destroyed our mental health, where were they? Silent. Complicit. So don't tell me I've turned on them. I've survived them. Gasps echoed through the studio. Colbert's expression grew serious. Colbert. Harry, with all due respect, this is sounding less like survival and more like blame. Maybe your anger is clouding your judgment. Harry's eyes flashed. Harry. You don't get to tell me how to feel about my own life. You sit there behind a desk making jokes, but you've never lived what I've lived. You've never been hunted, harassed, or betrayed like I have. So don't you dare tell me how to process my trauma." The audience was frozen in shock. Colbert leaned back in his chair, visibly irritated now. "Colbert. Harry, if you can't take tough questions, maybe you shouldn't be on a comedy show." That was the breaking point. Harry ripped off his microphone, stood up, and glared at Colbert. "Harry. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe this was a mistake. I won't sit here and be disrespected." Colbert, keeping his composure, gestured toward the exit. "Colbert. Then I think we're done here." Scene 5. The walk-off. The crowd gasped as Harry stormed off stage. The cameras quickly cut to commercial, but the damage was already done. The Duke of Sussex had just walked out of one of the biggest late-night shows in America.